Whether you're trying to elevate a dish that already tastes good, or you are a terrible cook and trying to save a dish gone bad, the second usually applies to me, condiments are the answer. And in this video, we're covering 6 British sauces and condiments that I either hadn't heard of or hadn't tried at all before moving to the UK. Let me know your favorites from this list and the others that I should try. First up is HP sauce. It does not get more iconically British than HP sauce.
Frankly, I'm not HP.
How to get on the right side of Frank Bruno. Only one sauce can give all Frank's favourite foods the necessary punch.
Steak and chips, cheese on toast, veal and ham pie, pasties, gourmeties, add the lot. All with HP sauce, of course. I always bring the HP.
It's a brown sauce, which is something we also don't have in the US or call by that name. The closest we have is something called A1 steak sauce. Anyway, HP sauce was created in 1895 and is the nation's favorite brown sauce. That is both the marketing and the truth. Its links to the Houses of Parliament resonated with a population that craved symbols of cultural integrity and national pride. For many working class families in industrial Britain, a dollop of HP sauce transformed a modest meal like Bubble and Squeak into a feast. Kind of. Close enough. But there's actually more to HP sauce than its taste, culturally. You can't ignore the imperial undertones of ingredients like tamarind. The incorporation of tamarind, which is a fruit native to Africa and widely harvested in colonial India, reflects Britain's global reach during its imperial peak. By the mid-20th century, HP sauce became a culinary bridge between Britain's domestic kitchens and its worldwide empire, bottled in every pantry and served with meals both humble and luxurious. Now, modern chefs use HP sauce in surprising ways. You can incorporate it into barbecue ribs, meat marinades, and even vegan alternatives. But for many Brits, the ritual remains sacred. HP sauce goes on bacon buddies, shepherd's pie, and an all-important Sunday fry-up. Now let's talk about salad cream. Salad cream is an interesting one. When Heinz introduced it in 1914, Britain was on the cusp of drastic change. As World War I loomed and rationing took hold, salad cream provided a saving grace. Using affordable ingredients, it filled the gap left by rich continental dressings and brought a welcome tang to dull wartime rations. During the post-war years, it became a quintessential companion to classic British dishes like potato salad and ham sandwiches. Over the 20th century, salad cream's vinegary taste refused to fade, even as mayonnaise dominated the global condiment space. Instead, salad cream adapted, or tried to adapt. Though Heinz's 2018 attempt to rebrand it as sandwich cream was not successful. Currently, salad cream kind of thrives on nostalgia. From talking to people, I can tell that it makes them think of school lunch boxes filled with salad cream sandwiches. And today, it's kind of this link between childhood and today. And while it might not have the culinary finesse of its fancier counterparts, that's never been the point. Salad cream isn't fancy cuisine, and it's not supposed to be. Now let's talk about one of my favorites, malt vinegar. Malt vinegar conjures up images of the sea, with chippies, locals wrapped up in coats bracing the wind, and steaming hot chips doused in this liquid. I actually really love malt vinegar, though it took me a few goes to figure out how much to put on my chips. Drenching them is too much, but just drizzling and I couldn't taste it. Perhaps part of the British citizenship test should be making sure you know how to get the right amount. Now, malt vinegar's origins stem from ale, which is a staple alcoholic beverage of ancient Britain. Malt vinegar's unique flavor, which is kind of earthy and sharp but slightly sweet, it was born accidentally during ale fermentation. However, its efficacy as a natural preservative and flavor enhancer turned it into much more than just a byproduct. By the Victorian period, malt vinegar was found in homes and used for pickling everything from onions to eggs. What makes malt vinegar particularly special, though, is its symbolic tie to Britain's industrial expansion. During the 19th century Industrial Revolution, people needed cheap, accessible, and calorie-filled meals to keep working, basically. That's where the pairing of fish, chips, and malt vinegar happened. The acidic vinegar lightened the heaviness of the fried food, making it more palatable for laborers. Next up on my list is mint sauce. Unlike many condiments whose origins are tied to industry or imperialism, mint sauce emerges from Britain's pastoral roots. In the Middle Ages, mint fields flourished alongside grazing lands, creating a natural pairing with sheep. Once vinegar and sugar entered the equation, a culinary marriage between the pungent mint sauce and rich lamb was born. And it's sort of seasonal symbolism. Mint sauce is almost inseparable from spring dishes, particularly Easter lamb. Now, I'm a vegetarian, so I haven't had it with lamb. I have had it on its own, but I have heard that the freshness of the mint sauce really cuts through the fattiness of the lamb. During Victorian times, mint sauce was actually a status symbol, accompanying lavish feasts hosted by the gentry. And like I said, in today's Britain, mint sauce is served alongside lamb roast and sometimes even reinvented as a glaze for pork or chicken. Creative chefs have blended it with things like yogurt for modern Middle Eastern inspired dips, and its adaptability keeps it going, meaning that it's both part of Britain's heritage and something that you can have in a restaurant in a slightly different way today. And then we have horseradish. Unlike the more subtle condiments on this list, horseradish sauce, which is very difficult to say, makes its presence known in seconds. It was first documented in Eastern and Central Europe, and it arrived in Britain by the 17th century. Originally, it was sort of a medicinal tonic, as well as an accompaniment for beef. It was believed to have restorative powers, eventually becoming a symbol of robust health and flavor. By the Georgian era, horseradish sauce had firmly taken its place at British roast dinner. Paired with beef typically, its heat was sort of soothed by the cream and vinegar addition, so it's smooth and silky but still has a bold flavor like we've talked about. And today, this sauce isn't just confined to roast dinners. It's been reinvented in countless ways. You can use it as a smoky cocktail addition in Bloody Marys or as the key to perfect seafood cocktail sauce. It can also be used as a spread on sandwiches. And finally, last but not least, Coleman's mustard.
Coleman's. Easy does it.
Established in 1814, Jeremiah Coleman's blend of mustard seeds created not just sauce, but an institution of British cuisine. And if you're American and you think you've tried mustard, our mustard is not the same. In 1866, Coleman earned a royal warrant, solidifying its status as the go-to mustard for dishes gracing royal banquets and ordinary homes alike. Like I said, we have mustard in the US, of course, but not as strong as English mustard. The mustard we use for our hamburgers and hot dogs back home is much weaker in flavor. So if you ever come to the UK as an American, make sure to try English mustard. Coleman's mustard in the UK defined roast and pork pies for nearly 2 centuries, and it continues to pair with things like smoked fish, gammon, sausage rolls, and cheese boards. Now that brings me to the end of this episode. Let me know which condiments you enjoy the most or which ones I should also try. As always, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.